Right now, this is a live look. Our storm tracker on the move heading eastbound away from Rogersville towards Seymour, where there's been storm damage reported. Again, that's a live view heading east down Highway 60 on the backside of the storms that have moved across the area. Still getting some rain, flash of lightning off in the distance, but looks like the worst of the weather is now over in the Rogersville area and east over towards Seymour. But there are some signs of some wind damage here along the highway. And I think once we get into Seymour, we're going to see even more evidence of that. Here's what it looks like right now on radar. Now, the storms, they fired up very quickly early this afternoon, first across northeast Oklahoma. We had reports of baseball to softball size hail reported west of Bentonville, west of Sulphur Springs in northwesternmost Arkansas. From there, the storms really quickly merged into lines of storms, and now we have generally one line of storms which extends south across south central Missouri and back into northwest Arkansas. So there's been an evolution of the severe weather risk. Those initial storms, those were the ones that really had the potential of producing that very large hail like we saw down in Benton County in northwest Arkansas. Now these storms have evolved into a line, and you're getting more of a damaging wind risk. Also, you can still get some pockets of hail, but I think that that's taken a back seat to the potential for wind damage. Still have a tornado watch also in effect for southern Missouri and northern Arkansas through 9 o'clock this evening. Looking at radar right now, we've got warnings up and down the line of storms all the way back into northern Arkansas. There's also been tornado warned storms, some confirmed, around the St. Louis area. Locally for us, the worst part of this line of storms is tracking into northern Shannon County and southwest Dent County. This is the portion of the line that I've been most concerned about. This bowing portion of the line is where we've got the potential of wind gusts as high as 80 miles per hour. Right now we're hitting the part of the storm that's about 6,000 feet off the surface. That's about as low as I can get and show you what the winds look like in this storm. But radar is still picking up wind speeds of in excess of 80 miles per hour at 6,000 feet. Some of that wind energy is making it down to the surface. We know this because we're getting reports of wind damage, and we're actually getting reports of strong winds. Kabul reported a wind gust to 66 miles per hour. Further west, I believe it was Seymour, reported a wind gust to 71 miles per hour. And along the path of where that portion of the line has been surging, we have gotten reports of wind damage, especially kind of concentrated around the Nixa Ozark area. That's when we had a tornado warning out for that portion of the line. And it's going to be interesting to see whether or not, based on the evidence that we're getting in now, whether or not there was a weak tornado. I think most of the pictures that I've seen so far just implies straight line winds. But there is at least one photo that I've seen of roof damage to a home south of Nixa that could have been caused by a weak tornado. And you can see how this, the reports of damage extend back into northeast Oklahoma, or reports of wind and large hail. Now, the good news is this is a fast-hitting round of severe weather. I think the risk for severe weather, for all intents and purposes, is over with over southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas. I mean, I can't completely rule out a strong thunderstorm with hail, but I think that's going to be the worst of it. The risk for severe weather does continue further east because this has not been worked over by storms. This is where we still have high levels of instability. Also north of I-44, we have a corridor of higher instability, and we could still see strong to severe storms with the risk of severe weather, including the risk of hail. Looking at our forecast from here on out, this is 5 o'clock. That line of storms will continue to work east. This is 6 o'clock. By 7 o'clock, the line of storms has exited off to the east. We should be looking at that line of storms clearing northern Arkansas counties by 8 o'clock. And then after that, I think we're done with tonight's severe weather risk. So this is not going to be an overnight severe weather event. And quieter weather returns tomorrow. Skies are going to start off cloudy, but the clouds will thin out some in the afternoon, by late afternoon at least, a high of 57. Nice day on Saturday, cooler on Sunday, quick shot of cold on Monday with freezing temperatures, and then it warms right back up again by the middle of next week. Guys?
All right, Jamie, reminder, you can